So Canva has definitely changed the game. A lot of articles I've read, like some people can now let go of that department, that full-on marketing, digital marketing department they had in their business, because Canva and Adobe have really changed the game for them. Okay, sure, Shelry, you get impatient sometimes. It can be frustrating at times. Deborah loves it. Rose ordered your business cards and made flyers. I love it. So do I. I use them for my business cards and flyers as well. Okay, you only know how to use it for creating flyers. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. If you have questions, go ahead, start putting them there. I'm gonna stop here every time we do one, so that I can make sure I answer your questions. Okay, good, good, good. All right, so let me go ahead and get into this today. 1 second, let me pull it up. Get rid of some of these other browsers that you guys, so it won't be slow. I know y'all hear all those clicks, like how many browsers does she have open? A lot, a whole bunch. Okay. There we go. All right, so I cannot see you guys' comments. I can only hear whenever you guys raise your hand or chat. So I'll put the chat over to the side here. Can you guys see my screen well? It should have an orangish bar at the top that says Canva created Uncharted. All right, great. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Today, we're gonna be ditching the what do I post today stress for good. We're going to create 5 reusable Canva templates that will keep your brand consistent and your social media feed polished, all while saving you a ton of time. Go, let me know who likes to save time. I know I do. Guys, I actually did a study on my own business. I know this is really nerdy of me, but I went and did a study and charted it and got the data of how much time I saved myself by learning how to do certain tasks and automate certain things in my business, which was crazy. I recommend, like, when you just have time, maybe a couple hours, just when you're auditing your business, it's an eye opener. It's an eye opener. So these are the things that save you time, something that, could take you hours and hours because you're always doing it on the go and you always have to think about it, and could really save you time if you just take 2 hours to create it for maybe a month or two. You've saved yourself, even if you've saved yourself 8 hours in a month, that is time that you got back to do whatever it is that you need to do for yourself, for your family, or your business. Okay, back to the screen. All right. So today we're going to learn how to design scroll stopping posts, no graphic design skills needed, like I said before. 5 essential templates every notary business should have. You're going to learn how to easily repurpose content and stay on brand and keep your feed looking great and consistent. So first, let's talk about setting up Canva. Setting up Canva. So most of you already indicated you have Canva, so I might skip this step. Is there anyone in our chat today that does not have a Canva and needs help setting up the account? It's most like any other software that you have. You just click open an account, you put your email in, and then you have an account, and then you go to your settings if you want to upgrade to Pro. If you have an education or educator email, like you work for a school district, this is free. Pro is free. If you have a nonprofit, work for a nonprofit, this is free. Okay. I can almost bet you have to do some research yourself, but I can almost bet that veterans get this free, and other service workers could get this free. Okay. Everybody else, we got to pay, I think, what, $12.99 a month or something. I would gladly pay like $20, $50 a month because of all the things I do with it. I do so much with it. I literally would not be living without it. Although I am testing out that Adobe, the new Adobe, and it's looking pretty snazzy. So, but I'm still playing around with it to really give my opinion and or do any tutorials on it. But it's looking really good over there at Adobe. Okay, so let's move on to the next step, okay? Since everyone already has an account. Now I'm going to walk you through how to create a design easy. So when you're on this page right here, you can create a design in a few different ways. You can click here, Instagram post, okay? But I would suggest opening the menu bar up right here and click create a design. And then you can see what kind of post you want to do, okay? So if you want to do the newer Instagram format, which is what I've moved to, or many people move to, is the larger picture type template for Instagram, okay? The aspect ratio is 4:5. The older version, or it still works, it's just a regular square. If you want to do an Instagram story, this one, a reel, this one, profile picture, story video, and then a reel cover. I know a few weeks back or a few sessions back, a lot of you had questions on how to get the Instagram reel cover and the highlight covers to look so neat. It's this template right here, okay? So for today's session, for this one, we're gonna go to this Instagram post 4.5. All right, so it's gonna give you a blank screen. And so we're gonna go over this two different ways. But before we do it, let's talk about a brand kit. Y'all all said you have an account. Did you create your brand kit? Yes or no? Did you create a brand kit? Brand kit keeps your brand on your business on brand, so that you're not using a blue and you're like, well, my business is blue, but then you're creating a document or a graphic, the shades are different. So that's when you go to people's pages and you can see different shades of blue, and then maybe have some neon green here and all that kind of stuff. That's because they're not keeping up with the brand, and they probably don't have a brand kit. Okay, so I really suggest you get a brand kit. Here is where you'll find your brand kit. Okay, I will show you mine. I've got different brand kits for each business here. So if I was to go into the Notary Training Hub brand kit, like what I'm in right now, I have all of my logos here. I go back. I've put all the colors associated perfectly matching my brand. So it pulls from my logo what colors are in my brand. So I've got actually two different versions of my logo. So it's pulled out these two here. All right, fonts. I haven't put any specific fonts in because I just haven't, but my other brand kit like Grit to Growth has my fonts in there, so that when I'm posting and making content, the fonts are always the same and it always matches up. You guys know, you may not think about it, but when you see advertisements, let's say McDonald's, anything, Apple, and the wording, you may not realize it, but you remember the brand. Even if they took the logo off and just put the wording in the font, you're probably going to still associate it with that business. Okay, it's just part of branding to be on point with your fonts. Brand voice is if you're creating any content, you would tell it, I want my output to be elegant, professional, lighthearted, things like that. You tell them how you want it to perceive you when they create content. Then you can add all your photos that have to do with your brand, so that every time you post, you don't have to always upload from your computer. The photos are all here already. So when I create, I just drag and drop. I drag and drop. I find what I want. I drag and drop. Okay. That's the whole purpose of putting photos in your brand kit, so you don't have to go upload every single time. Okay. All right. Any graphics that you want to always have on hand if you're using, so this is good if you're always doing like a before and after, and you've got a cute graphic that you really like to always use, like an arrows pointing this way and this way, and you want to consistently use that every time, put that graphic in your brand kit. Okay. Any icons or charts, put it in your brand kit. This is going to become very important in a minute when I show you how to create your templates, because instead of picking colors, you just click right here, shuffle, and it will shuffle the colors of your brand within the template. And you just shuffle up on through until you find what you want. If you don't want to shuffle, you'll change the color and just find the colors from your brand and change different aspects of the graphic. So that is brand kit. Brand kit. Very important, in my opinion, for you to create a brand kit. All right, moving on. Step 2. All right, so we are going to create our first post. It's going to be a quote post. Quote. I'm going to write that in the chat. Ooh, I typed that wrong. Quote. It is a quote post. Okay. Once we get through these 5 or 6 posts, I'm going to tell you how often you should post these and why and where. Okay. So first, let's do the actual creation. Okay. So a quote post. So there's 2 ways you can do this. You can be very basic, which is fine, and just change the background of the graphic to match your brand. So I'm just going to click, here's my Notary Training Hub brands. So if I just click that, okay, fine, I want it like that. Then I'm going to click text. I want my text to be this right here. I'm just going to change the font. Someone put a good quote in the comments. A good quote or affirmation or something for Notary. Don't forget, this is promoting your Notary business, okay? Promoting your Notary business. Who do you want to see this? Individuals needing Notary services, businesses, attorneys, title companies. All right, what kind of quote? Somebody put a quote in the chat. Somebody put a quote in the chat. Pick a quote, any quote, any quote. Y'all don't have any quotes? All right, I guess I'll pick a quote. I'm not a celebrity, but I get paid to sign my name. Amber Gist. All right, so you can create the quote to look however you want. This is very basic, by the way, guys. I'm going to show you if you want to spruce it up and use one of their templates. So it could be something like this. I'm going to go to my brand kit, throw in my logo. I wouldn't make it that big, right? I would just throw my logo in there, and I would create more text right here at the bottom. And it could be contact us today for your notary services. Okay, online and mobile. And then below that, we've got our phone number and then an email. Okay. So this is the simple version. If you don't want to go in, I'm sure most of you are going to use a template though. So I'm just showing you the simple version. You can add elements if you want. Now, in the elements up here, you just type in what you want to think about. If you want to add a photo, you can add a photo frame here. And let's put that over in the corner. Let's just say you want your picture on this as, you know, the quote. Let's put it right here in the middle. Okay. I'm going to go to my brand. I'm going to go to my photos, and I'm going to just pick a picture, one of these pictures, and throw it in there. See how it's not centered there? I'm going to double click it, slide it down. Okay, now it's centered. Okay, so super basic, right? But still effective, right? It's a quote. It is a quote. I forgot to put end quote right here. Let me put quote, the quotation marks. All right. Now, so this is basic. So let's go in and try to find, not try to find, but I'm going to show you how to use a template to create your quote page. All right. So what I did here was I clicked this little rectangle with a plus on it. That means duplicate. So it's going to copy the page into another one. You ever want to see how many pages you have? You click these 4 boxes down here, and you can see your 2 pages there to make sure. So I'm going to click this one, but I want a blank page. So I'm just gonna click add a page. I didn't want it blue, but let's put it back to white. And so now this button right here, design. Let's go to design. You're going to put the word quote. Now you've got some ideas of templates to use. Now make sure you remember this needs to be professional, effective, and eye-catching. So I guess, let's see, I think I'll pick, and this is something that I would be using every week whenever it's my day to post my quote page. And you can have interchangeable ones. One you use on the first and third Monday, second and fourth Monday, okay? So let's go with, I don't know, let's go with this one, okay? So you would write your words here, write your words here. If you want to change this background photo because this doesn't match Notary, you just click here and click delete. And then you come here to photos and you can type the words, let's see, signing paperwork. Okay, so it's a lot of photos of people signing paperwork. And so I might use this as a background instead of the other one. Okay. You guys see how you can easily change the look. You can just change the background. If you liked how it looked on the left here and you want to just change the background, you can. All right, let's do one more. So I'm going to go back to my designs and let's do this one. It's pretty simple. I like simple sometimes. So as you can see, it's just a picture, and I think that's cool to leave that way. I would maybe put my Notary business name here, Texas Notary, and then I would put my quote here, and down here, I would put my business information or my slogan or whatever you want. Call or text for your notary. Make this bigger. Call or text to hire a notary, and then your phone number and an email. Okay, and if you want to even put your website there as well, www.notary.com. Okay, you see how it's all the way at the bottom? You could just scoot it up a little bit like that. Okay. All right, quote page done. Any questions about the quote? LaDonna, you said that's your notary quote on your journal. Yes, that's a pretty popular one in the notary world. The whole, I'm not a celebrity, but I get paid to sign my name. If you want to add your logo, again, you can always add your logo in. I don't recommend putting it too big on something like this, but maybe like right there or down here. Okay. Now, when you create a quote, whatever you decide on for your design, okay, whatever you decide on, maybe something simple, or you may want to spice it up a little bit with one of these templates. You're going to save it. And then you're going to say, okay, in my content schedule, I am going to go ahead and create 60 days worth of content. So 60 days would mean 8 quote pages, because you need to, I would say, post at least once or twice a week, and I actually have specifics on that at the end. So I would go ahead and just duplicate the page however many times I need, like this. And then I would get my list of quotes and write them in. And then I would come right up here and I would post or schedule post right to my social media from Canva. And so you can also post from, or you can save it and then post, schedule post on Meta or other apps like Honeybook, or I forgot the one that starts with the M. I have it in my notes here to talk about at the end, but you can definitely schedule straight from Canva. I believe you need to have a pro account though. So right here, I could just schedule it straight to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of the ones listed here. Okay, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Facebook page, or Facebook story. All right, any questions for the quote page? All right, where did my chat go? I can't see y'all. Okay, okay. So now I'm gonna click home. And so now I'm going to, so this is the post that we just made. Actually, I'm sorry, let me click back on it, and I'm gonna click this word here that says file. Click file. And then I'm going to move to a folder, okay? Now you wanna create a folder so you can always have it with you. Sorry. So you can name the folder whatever you want to name it. If you want to name it Instagram folder or content folder or whatever folder you want to name it, you can do it that way. But it's easy accessible because when you're on the home page here, you can just click this right here and click projects, and it will show you your projects by folder. Okay. It'll show you your projects by folder, and you can easily access it versus something like this where just all of your designs are here. Okay, you can easily access it from the folder. All right, so now let's go ahead and go to, let's see, educational tip post is what you should have on your calendar next. So I'm going to create another design. This time, again, I'm going to post here. Are y'all familiar with the different sizes of Instagram posts? Because the newer algorithm, according to Instagram and their latest seminars and things, is that they do push the ones that are the larger size out a lot more. Are y'all familiar with it, or did y'all know? Did y'all know that it was a new size? Yes. So if you can, go ahead and switch over to the larger size. All right. Square will still work just fine. It's just that, let me just tell you something about Instagram, any social media platform. Anytime they give you a new feature or they update it, they're going to push that account's content over someone who doesn't use the new features. So even when Instagram started that whole notes thing, I mean, I didn't like it too much, but I did it. And they pushed people's accounts out to be viewed because they were using the notes, the little notes box at the bottom. So whenever they have a new feature, just go ahead and use it. Just do it. Just do it so you can have more visibility. All right, so educational tip post template. This is ideal for sharing quick notary tips or business advice. So we're going to create sections for the tip, description, and call to action. All right, so we're going to go to the design and we're going to type in educational. All right, so again, you've got lots of, you can do it on your own, or I mean, look how nicely put together all of this already is. Why not just use a template, guys? Why not just use a template? All right, so educational, I would probably use something like this. Okay, I would use this. I would go here to my brand and change it to match my brand. Okay, boom, simple white background, my blue logo color, black lettering. I don't like to do too many colors. I might splash yellow in there. Y'all seen me splash, like this one right here. I'll splash yellow in there a little bit every now and then to add that third extra color. All right, but again, totally up to you on how you want this to look. All right, so you've got your title. You need a good title of whatever whatever you want your post to do. What do you guys want me to do an example of education wise? Let me go to ChatGPT and help with it. Let's see. Apostle. All right, so in ChatGPT, I don't know if y'all can see this. I'm just asking my chatbot to provide one educational tip on the process of Apostle for my Instagram account that will educate my target audience. Call to action is for them to contact me to book this service. All right, guys, Apostle, Beatrice, thank you for that. All right, so I'm gonna use this first one that it gave me. So let's come back here and we're going to, what is apostille? All right. Apostle education tip. You can name it whatever you want to name it. And so you would, let's see, where's my, okay. Did you know, let me put this part in here. So I'm not sure if y'all can see all my screens, but I'm just gonna copy the parts from, from ChatGPT on here to make it easier. So I'm copying the starter paragraph and I'm putting it here. Okay. I'm gonna move it up a little bit. All right, an apostle is a special certification that makes your important documents like birth certificates, marriage licenses, and power of attorney legally recognized in other countries that are part of the Hague Convention. All right. I may even make this a little smaller so it's a little more condensed. Yeah, and I might make this a little smaller as well. So I can move this up and move this up. I don't like a lot of crowdedness. I don't like it bunched up on each other like that. I mean, I like space. It's more appealing to the eye. It's easier to read for people. All right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different areas here. So I'm gonna go straight back to my little thing that ChatGPT wrote out for me to put here as an example. So I'm just gonna write the first little tip here. It's bolded right now, so I'm gonna unbold it so it won't be so bulky. And I'm going to make it smaller. Let's take why it matters off. All right. Without an apostle, your documents may not be accepted abroad because delays and blah, blah, blah. So let me go ahead and just put all of these in here to fill this out. Make sure your document is properly notarized. What size was this one? 20. So if I click here, I can see the size here. I can see the font here. So if I want to keep the size and font the same, I'm just going to go here. Remember that this is 20. Go here and bring it down a notch to 20 to match. Okay, you always want the fonts and the sizes to match. So 20 here, 20 here, and let's go ahead and finish it out. Handling apostles can be confusing. We're going to put that one here. We're going to unbold it and bring it down to 20 and stretch it out a little bit more like we did the other one. All right, and then the last one is the call to action. CTA, call to action. Okay, put that there. All right, so the call to action is there. So this would be an easy educational post. So I would just duplicate it. I'm not done yet because there's no branding. They don't know who to call. They don't know what to do. So I'm going to go with this logo and I'm going to put it up here. All right, you can put it wherever you want. I'm just going to put it up there. I'm going to put my contact information down here. So I'm going to go here to the text area, and I'm going to put, click here. It's very small right now, but let's just make it bigger. And I'm going to do 3 lines. The business name, Notary, business, phone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1. And then the last one is email. Now, I don't like the font here. So I'm going to, for one, I'm going to make this smaller. So up here, make it smaller. If I want the font to match one of these, again, I'm going to come up here to check it's popping. So I'm going to click, I'm going to highlight the whole thing and go to Poppins, okay? And again, it's still too big in my opinion. So then I'm going to reduce the size there, all right? And so if you want to change the color of the actual text, let's get that centered. There we go. If you want to change the color of the actual text, you just highlight it, come here and change the color. Maybe you want light blue, maybe you want yellow, you know, whatever you want to do, you would put it there, okay? So this is a very basic educational thing, but I'm telling you, as far as I have researched, some of these posts with lots of information like this are really getting pushed, and it's a lot of value because especially when you're working with apostle, people don't know what this is. They don't know. And then someone may come across your post and it's like, well, yeah, I'm about to travel abroad and I didn't know I need, like, I like to, what is today? Yesterday, I had someone call me for an apostle and they're last minute doing it because they didn't realize they needed it for whatever they were going to be doing out of the country because they thought they were good. They did everything else until the last minute. She needed an apostle and she needed it to be certified copy. And so she didn't have time. She had to cancel her appointment at the embassy. Other things, she had to order her certified copy of the birth certificate, and that takes another week or so. And so giving people information like this, sometimes it sparks them like, oh my gosh, well, I'm about to go to another country to start college. I didn't know I was going to need this whole process. So it's good to give lots of information when you can, but in an organized way. All right. So we got our logo, we've got our information. Even if you have a little bit more space, you just might want to put your handle at the bottom at Notary Boss, okay, at Notary Boss, something like that. All right, if you want to do any effects like here, like if you want a little background to be at the back of the wording, you would click this and it would look like that, okay? And if you want to edit that, if you come down, you can change the roundness of that to make it not round at all or super round, okay? You can change the spread of how much of the background is close to the lettering. So here's low to no spread, here's a bunch of spread. And then the transparency, how much of the color do you want to shine at the back of the wording? So right now there's no transparency, it's fully solid. The less that we put it there, you see it's kind of going away a little bit, okay? Now, what if you want to curve it? You can curve it if you want. You can curve it if you want. It looks like that, but you would have to put less wording for it to look good. All right. So I'm going to leave that one right there. Before we go to the next one, let's just look at some more designs. So again, I would just duplicate this, or if I didn't want to do this style every time, I would maybe do 3 and click a blank page, come back to design and find, let's see, find something else to post on. Okay, something like this is a good option. Let's see. Here's another good one where you can give tips, 5 tips. See that? So I typed in topics, or you can type the word tips or education like I did before. Okay, maybe you want to put a picture of yourself in the middle here. like he is, right? Let's take him off. Go to my brand. I'm taking a whole lot of time on this one. I'll get off of this one and go to the next one here. Let's put this young lady who was at our conference last year. So she's in there. So I'm going to first remove her background because before his background wasn't in there. It just looks better without a background. So I'm going to click BG remover. That means background remover. It's going to take her background off. And place it, well, I guess it just kept it there. Well, let's take out, I know what it is. Let's see, done. Let's take this off. There we go. Let's take this off and put her in there, right here, okay? 5 ways to prepare for a notary appointment. Boom, bam, bop, 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 okay? 5 ways to prepare for your apostle appointment. Boom, bam, bam, bop, boom. 5 ways to prepare for your loan signing. Boom, bop, bam. Okay. All right. This one is one of my favorites. Education is just, I don't know. It's just, I love it. I love teaching people things. The background remover, again, let me do that again. Okay. Someone asked. So if I pick a photo, even if you pick their photos, guys, let's not even go to my brand photo. Let's go to one of their photos and pick business woman smiling. Okay, businesswoman smiling. Look at this beautiful woman. I don't want her background. I'm going to click right here at the top, background remover. And now I got her by herself and I can do whatever. I want a team. I want a team on mine. It's going to be her and her and her, right? So you can do lots of things with it. You guys see why Pro is worth it? You can do all this stuff. Okay. Did you see where I found the background remover, Beatrice? Amy, this will be in the community. Give Brittany 1 to 2 days once this is done recording, and we'll upload it and announce it to everybody. It will be in the marketing category of our community. You do have to have a Canva Pro to use some of these these extra effects. Regular Canva, you can still do a lot though. You can still do a lot. Okay. All right, let's go on. So that was post template. Let's move on. So I'm going to put this in a folder. I'm going to create a new folder and call this signature content. Signature content. All right, we're putting it in that folder. So now it's there and I can just see it at any time I want. Let's go home again. Let's go back to the home. All right, let's do service spotlight template. So far, the first one you need to always have is a quote template, an educational tip post template. And now we're going to do a service spotlight template. This is the game changer. Okay, so I'm going to, again, create a design, create it with this post. And then I'm going to be fancy and use one of their templates, guys. I'm just saying. So I'm going to put the word service in and see which templates come up for that. Look at that. All right. So I'm going to use this one for today. Okay. We're going to change here to Apostle Service. Okay. Notary for You is the name of the business, Inc. Notary for You, Inc. All right. And then let me go to my ChatGPT and tell it, help me create a service spotlight post for my Instagram page, highlighting my apostille service. Let's see what else. Now I'm telling it to give me one. Realistically, when you create your plan, you'll be asking if you're having AI help you, you're asking it to create. So 2 months would be 8 posts. Help me create 8 posts. What I usually do is ask it to list 20, and I pick my favorite few from those 20. And if I don't like those 20, I tell it to do it again. I don't ever usually take just the first, the first go round from any chatbot I use. Okay. Sometimes they get lazy. You have to tell them to try again, ma'am. My chatbot is a ma'am. Tell her to try again. All right. So let's go in apostle service. And then for here, I'm going to put, let's see. Too much going on here. I don't want all those words, ChatGPT. Shorter. You have to tell it sometimes it gets too well. I can't say that it gets too wordy because I told ChatGPT I like wordy output. I like wordy output. All right, so need your documents travel ready. They put DM me. I'm probably going to change that verbiage. Paste. Need your documents travel ready. Call me. Call me to get started. Okay. And then I would list some of the main documents. So birth certificate, marriage license, power of attorney. Marriage license, power of attorney. Okay, again, I don't like these colors. It's not on brand. I'm gonna shuffle through and see what it brings up. Let's see if there's anything on here that I like on my brand. That one's okay. I think I like that one, but I'm changing this gray color at the bottom. I want to change this gray color. Oh, it's the background. All right, let's go back. So the background is gray. So I'm just going to click here and put it to my brand color. And then these little circles, I'm going to put it to this green, this yellow color. You see how I changed that one and then change all popped up. If you don't want to do each one, you can just click change all and it'll change all those little aspects to match that yellow. All right, so this is what I'm going to stick with for now. This wording is too light for me. I'm going to put that to black. Okay, also this is black, and this is black. And I want my name to be, actually, I'm going to delete that and put my logo there. Okay, put your logo on there. Boom. All right. Apostle service, need your documents travel ready. Call me. Birth certificate, marriage license, power of attorney, phone number, website, contact us, change these photos. Let's go to photos and put, so let's put travel up here. And we're going to put this picture in here. Okay. We are going to put a family in here. And we are going to put a wedding, let's see, bride and groom. A bride and groom. Let's see, let's put this one in here. Okay. Now it matches, it's on brand, and this is a service page, service spotlight. So that means the only information on here is about the one service. All right, so let's just look at some other designs to consider for this. I'm gonna go back to the design button and I put service here. So let's see what else they have for service. So I think this one is kind of cool. Let's see, our service, this one's kind of cool. I would put notary here because you really want it to always be apparent that this is a notary. If you just put our services, who is our? I don't know who that is, honestly. You know, so I'm gonna make that smaller so that arrow could still be right there, looking cute, giving it some detail. And notary services, boom. We've got estate planning, or no, I'm sorry, we're sticking to one service. So maybe you're going to put the words estate planning premium service. All right, and I'm gonna make it longer, centered, and larger. Okay, and then we're gonna put the documents, right? I deleted that one, so I'm gonna put that right here. So what is it? Power of attorney, wills, trusts, medical directives. You guys see how easy this is? Medical directives, all right? Change this to call now or email now, whatever you want to put there. Website here, address, phone number, email, however they're going to contact you here, your handle for your social media page here. You can add your logo in there like we've talked about before. But again, this is a very easy, simple one. Notary services, front and center. I promise you, when people are scrolling, and they see notary services, they probably would like notary services on Instagram. Let me see what this is. You know what I mean? So make it bold. Make it bold. Okay. Maybe you want to change this to something like need your will notarized or something like that. Do you have a trust? Let's get that notarized. Let's update your trust documents. All right. Okay, so I'm going to save this in our signature content folder so it's there, easily accessible. Okay, so far we've gone through 3 different ones. You need to have a quote post, an educational tip post, a service spotlight post. Okay, always choose a clean layout that highlights your service name. Add brief descriptions, key benefits of them using your service, and a call to action. Call to action would always be book now, schedule now, learn more, call now. Those are the call to actions. You may not realize it, but it's a psychological thing. You know, hearing someone tell me book now. Okay, well, let me just click and see what's going on here, right? At least they're going to get to your page and see you, right? All right, let's see. The next one is a testimonial highlight page or post or template. Okay, so I'm going to go here to create a design, and I'm going to click this larger template here. This one, of course, all of them have lots and lots and lots and lots of templates, but testimonials are, they have a lot of testimonials. You can either type the word testimonial or the word review, and it will give you lots and lots of templates. All right, so let's pick this one. I love this one because if you want, maybe you want them to know who you are a little bit. Okay, so this could go both ways. I don't put my customers' pictures on there. I would put a picture of me here and put owner of so-and-so notary. Okay, so-and-so notary services. So testimonial, write it there. Write your name and put your photo there. This is if you type it out, or you can pick one of these where it looks more like a, let's see. Because these with the photos, I mean, nobody's getting a photo of all their clients. So, you know, unless you're doing one like this where it's a photo of you as the business owner, stick to one without a photo. Okay, it's not believable if you have a photo of every person that left you a review. Okay, so this one I think is pretty cool. I'm going to change this dark, this to my brand color. If you guys can see, there's a picture on top. It's a laptop, but the laptop, the picture is, they've changed the transparency all the way to 8. You see that? That's why you can see the blue in the background. If we put it on 100, it would look like that. But since we're putting it down, the blue from the back is showing through. And it's still just like a slight photo. Okay, that's a cool little design trick if you're ready for something like that. But I want this blue color because that matches my brand. Okay, testimonial, you can put testimonial, client review. They put client love here, and you can write what your clients say about you. All right, so you want to have templates like this to post in your content calendar as well. Let's see, question is, since the public from Oliver sees this post, do you have to put the location where you are at? No, you don't have to put the location where you are at. You can advertise as a nationwide notary service and put your 1-800 number on there, or just your email or your website, or your, and your call to action would be to book on our website. Okay, a notary will come to you from anywhere. Okay. What if you are new and don't have any testimonials? Good question. You will ask if you've never had any, have you ever done any notarizations for family members? If you can ask them to give you a review, that would be great. If you have anyone who you did mock signings with, you can ask your instructor, your mentor, coach to give you some reviews. But again, this is the light under that fire to tell you to get some reviews. All right. My favorite one tends to be something more like this. And instead of this, I would take it straight from my Google page. So let me show you how much time we got here. We got to go faster, Amber. So Notary Training Hub reviews. So if I would screenshot, I'm going to go to my Google reviews and just screenshot the reviews, if it's going to show them. Okay, let me screenshot this real quick. All right, even though it's kind of small here, let me make this bigger. All right. All right, so print screen. I am going to, let me get one that's got a lot of wording in it to fill up the page a little bit more. All right, let's do, this one has the most words on it. That's why you also ask your customers to write at least a sentence or two about you in their review. All right, so I've added this screenshot. So let me come back to our design here. I'm going to, first of all, take this background photo off, and I'm just going to pick one from what I've uploaded. Just for, for today's lessons. So right now it's on top. I'm going to move it to the back. So I'm going to continue to click the back button until it's all the way to the back. Now I'm actually going to delete this because I want it to be a Google review. So I'm going to actually just highlight all of this and delete the whole thing. Now uploading straight from my computer, I click uploads. I click uploads and then upload files, and it comes here. Download. Let's see. And it's a screenshot. So we're going to go to my screenshots and get this one here. And so once it's done downloading, I would maybe put straight from Google, because this is more believable than someone just typing in a review, right? Right. So something like this, okay? An actual review from your Google business page. And then you can come here and type in the word review if you want a cute graphic to put at the top or something like that, okay? But you can play around with it however you want, but these are just options that you have. Okay. Then maybe, let's see, what is this one? Review. But this is the other option if you want to pull directly from like your Google business page onto your testimonial page. So you've got different options there. Whatever you want to do, just make sure it's on brand and it highlights what people are saying about your service. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Now, if you want, the next one is an event or service template. So let's say, let me save this to our file, move to folder, signature content. So I'm going to go back home and we're going to do service announcement or event. So let's say, oops, I put, okay, we'll just stick with the square one right now. Yes, screenshot is great. Araceli, yes, absolutely. I love it. I love it. It's a quick way to grab and put it on there. Let's say you are sponsoring an event and you're the notary, you have a notary vendor table. Let's say you are hosting like I posted today, a free teacher notarization day where you're posted up at the library or the school independent office. And you want to tell people to come to the event. You need to have some kind of graphic for that. So, or maybe, I'm getting too ahead of myself. Or maybe you are highlighting other businesses in your community, their event, because you want to build trust with them and show them that it is beneficial for them to work with you because you highlight their business and their events. So if you put event here, you can pick any of these templates here. Let's say something like this. You can easily change all of this, change this photo. I'm going to delete that and pick a photo of a notary. Y'all are going to be blown away by this next thing I'm going to show y'all if y'all haven't tried it yet. But I'm just going to type a notary in here. And I'm going to get this one and just put that one there. Okay. Free entry. What if we put free notary, free notarization? Free notary. No, let's put free entry. Free entry to back to school notary event, whatever you want to call it. I'm taking too much time trying to think of the names. Event, whatever you want to call it, or whatever the event name is will go here. So this is too big for the words I put, so I can highlight it and just make it smaller so it can fit better in that area. Okay. You would put the event information there. If you're doing any kind of notary service or if you're sponsoring it, make sure you write that on there. Okay, come to the event, free notarization. Come to the event, get a coupon. You know, come to the event, free notary consultation or apostle consultation or whatever you're going to be doing at the event, put it on here. Okay. It's my recommendation that even if you don't sponsor an event or you're not throwing an event, to find businesses that you potentially want to work with and market advertise their event and tag them in it. Want to know of a great so-and-so event happening today in Dallas, Texas? If you're a real estate agent, if you're buying a house, right? I'd be tagging the title company that's having the event. Tag the title company that's having the event. Tag the attorney that's having the free session on estate planning. Okay, DM them. Hey, I noticed you're having an event on Friday. I'm a notary and I would love to promote your event. I just like to share valuable tips and educational things for others in our community. Would it be okay for me to advertise your event? 100%, they're always going to say yes, because that's going to bring them more business, more eyes. Okay. And so that's what I would do if you don't personally have an event coming up, or if you are not sponsoring an event. Okay. Any questions on events or service or events or announcements? Maybe you're having a live session, all right, on how remote online notarization works. Live session, and you We're promoting this to the major retirement centers, nursing facilities. And you are still trying to target others in the community that need this service, that family members aren't at a nursing facility. They might want to know how Ron works too. Join me for a free session so I can tell you exactly how I can notarize your documents while your loved one is at home or in the bed or on the couch or out of town or whatever. Okay. Start doing those sessions where you're promoting your business via workshops. Okay. Okay. Let's see. The last one to do that I wasn't going to talk about, but I'm going to do it anyways. I think I can fit it in our amount of time here. Let me save this here. So far, the main 5 content pieces that you need. Let's go over that again. A quote post, educational tip post, service spotlight post, testimonial post, event or service announcement post. Okay. The next one is more informational. Again, it is a did you know or fun fact post. Okay. And this is very easy because there's a million templates for it already. Let's see right here. Let's do a fun fact or did you know? I like both of them, but you can pick. Let's do fun facts. Fun facts or did you know? Let's do did you know? Did you know? Fun fact. All right. This one, I love this look here. Okay. I love this look. I like simple, clean. I like this one too down here. This one is giving me all the excitement. I'm going to have to use that one on my Grit to Growth channel. I didn't see that one before. So I would change this to my brand. Don't say nothing if y'all see this one posted next week. Or even this one. It matches my brand already without me having to change much. But let's match this to the brand that we're talking about right now. So the Notary Training Hub. So easily that matches my brand. Okay. The dark blue, the black, and the white. Okay. Did you know? Have your fun facts listed out, either off the top of your head that did you know, or ask your chatbot AI to help you list a lot of fun facts. Again, tell it to give you a list of 20, even if you need 10, and then refine it, because sometimes they, aren't very good recommendations, or the output isn't good. You have to sometimes tell it again, refine. Then what I have to do is, because I don't trust anybody out here, not even ChatGPT. I tell ChatGPT to cite their sources every time, and I make them cite where they got that information, and then I go double check it. That's just a tip for you guys, because even chatbot, AI, Gemini, all of them is do sometime what's called, I forgot what it's called, where they make stuff up. This is recorded. This is statistical data that sometimes they just make stuff up. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. So don't 100% rely on ChatGPT, especially when you're doing anything about notary laws, anything specific about notary. Tell ChatGPT to cite their source, then go double check the source. Okay. That's just a tip, just a quick tip. So easy. On here, I would still just add my logo and my contact. Never put a post without how they can reach you. Okay. Notary Training Hub, phone number, email, website. Okay. And then small right here, because people like to steal content these days. Wink, wink. Yeah, people do a lot. Right here, put your little account at Notary Boss. At Notary Boss right here. Okay. This is my content, Notary Boss. All right. Great tip. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right. So that's a did you know, some did you know. Let's see what the designs are for fun fact before I show y'all one more mind-blowing thing that many of you might already know. So let's see, where am I at on my notes here? Okay, we did the did you know. I wanted to show you a fun fact templates. So they bring up the did you knows for fun fact. All right. This one's pretty clean too. I like this one. So you can really just kind of pick whatever you want, okay? Now, the last thing I want to show you before I go over how often how often you guys should be posting this stuff is I want to go to the home page here. And has anybody ever in here ever played with the make an image? Make an image. I don't want to go too much, guys, because Canva does a lot, but because look at all these other new features. Okay, let's do it. Make an image. Now, I'm going to say create an image. Let's see, I want it to look like me, maybe. Create an image of an African American woman in her 30s, with a short bob with black hair. She is wearing a blue suit. She is wearing a blue blazer and a white silk shirt. She is smiling, ready to get to work. She is standing in a well-decorated office with a window showing downtown Dallas. Now, it's not going to look like me, like facial features, but here's what comes up. Yeah, in her 30s. Yes, ma'am, Janelle. Wink, wink. All right, so here's what it comes up. Is that not cool? Is that not awesome? And that's by doing smart. If I change the way I want it to look, I want to make it look sketchy. So you see, I'm going to make it a sketch. I want to change it to a sketch. What y'all think about that? How does this change what y'all are to me? It changes so much, especially I'm like very artsy, crafty, you know, and I'm just like, wow, my mind, I just do so much. I would use like something like this and put a quote here, notary something here. You can change this, guys. Whatever you think of it, it will do. Okay. I was rebranding my stuff. I was doing all kind of logos. I didn't pick any of these. I ended up picking something else. But let me do one more, and I'm gonna stop because I will keep going on and on. So the first one is smart. That is where they pick what they think how you want the output to be. But you can come here and change it according to you. Maybe want portrait. This one was sketch. Okay, what about black and white sketch? Ooh, pop art. Let's do pop art. And I want to change the aspect ratio from landscape to vertical, okay, or just a square or 3/4. Okay, let's do this one. And then I'm going to come up here and click create. So I'm just telling you, see how that, I think that's so cool and cute. It's like pop art. You can just really upscale this, downscale this, however you want. Now let's say I click this picture here. And then I'm like, I like it, but I want it to be a little bit more. I'm going to click this button, upscale. Now they're about to upscale that particular picture to bring it up even more. More, Amy. You're right. More, always. Let's see what it comes up with. All right, so they made it a little bit more. So here was the original image, and I guess they probably did some more shading or something. I can't really tell. When you do upscale, it's more, you can see a lot more difference in one of these other ones versus the sketch. I want to do this one, and then I'm going to let it go. Let's go. But I mean, I just love it. I'm just not even going to lie. Now, ChatGPT does this too. Y'all see how realistic that looks? ChatGPT does this too, but I promise you, they ain't got it like this yet. They ain't got it like this yet. They do pretty good, but they don't have it like this and as fast as them. Other apps have it like that too. But like I said, I already pay for Canva Pro, and this is enough for me. If I didn't have Canva Pro, I'd be creating images the same way with ChatGPT. But Canva Pro, they got my attention right now with creating these images. All right. Even a logo. Let's do a, let me not do a logo. Okay. How would I use this, Shelry? In the photos that we were just putting in the brand, in the templates, on your website, on your Google business page, everywhere that you want people to learn about your business. I would use this picture, and in this area right here, need a notary in Dallas, Texas. We specialize in ABCD, call us now. Okay, so much you could do with this. All right, so let me stop share and let me go over this. So educational tips. I want y'all to share educational tips on your page. Oh, there was one more thing. I'm so sorry. Let me share my screen one more time. I promise. If y'all need to leave, don't, just know this is recorded. This is recorded. I know that we are supposed to get out of here in 1 hour every time. But let me go back home here and let me share one last thing. Okay, one last thing. I promise. I promise. I promise. Okay, here it is. There we go. Okay, so those were static posts. Static posts. Y'all know what that is? Just the one picture. Now, I'm going to tell y'all another thing. Instagram pushes static posts that are longer. They push carousels. That's where it's multiple pages and they swipe through. And you also know they push through reels. So real quick, really quick, in search, I want you to type in carousel when you're doing this, because I want you to incorporate this. We're not going to go over it right now, but carousel posts, Instagram. These are mine, but these are all mine up here. But down here are the templates. Okay, and if you can see, it says 1 of 5. They give you the pages. Okay. 3 content ideas for your social media, 3 services in our notary catalog, whatever you want to say. 3 notary services you need to know. Notary service 1, bam. Notary service 2, 3. Ready to hire a notary, ready to contact us, blah, blah, blah. Put it there. I'm going to let it go. I want y'all to get into doing some carousels. Last one that I want to go over. Instagram Reel. Ooh, spelled that way too many E's. Instagram Reel. Okay. Templates. Now here's where it's going to be tricky for templates. They have a lot of aesthetic templates for, you know, beauty and all of that, but you can still customize it to fit your needs. So for example, right here, how to create a successful brand. Let me click this one. We're going to change this to how to prepare for your notary appointment. Okay, that's too big. I'm going to make it smaller so it fits, looking good. Let's just push that out a little more. Okay, how to prepare for your notary appointment, 5 tips, page 1. Oh, let me change that. So this is a video, right? So again, you can upload videos. You can upload videos into your brand kit or just upload them. And so here are my images. I'm going to click to my videos and I'm just going to pick a video.
This was the way to go. So right away,
let me turn the volume off on that real quick. So you also need to make sure you turn the volume off on yours because you don't want that playing during your reel. You put your music on when you post on whatever platform. So here is my video I'm going to use. I don't want it to be totally clear, so I'm going to make it a little transparent like that. Okay. Now, how to prepare for your notary appointment. Page number 2, step 1, give the reason, the first step to prepare. 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you end with the call to action. So if I click this, here's what it looks like. I'm just going to show the first part because I put the video on that first part. Okay, easy and simple, right? I hope this is giving y'all some ideas for your content. All right. All right, what does my shirt mean? This shirt, Amy? It's just what it says, busy doing everything I said I would. Okay, so educational tips. I want y'all to post 2 times a week. Service spotlight once a week. Oh, I'm sorry. It says BDEISIW means busy doing everything I said I would. It's on my website and it's trademarked. Because again, you guys know how people like to. All right, we're not going to get into that. Service spotlight once a week. Post once a week. Testimonials once a week at least. This is minimal, guys, minimal. You can do these twice a week or double up. The more content, the more people see your eyes, but you want to keep it simple in the beginning if posting overwhelms you, okay? Any event announcements 2 to 3 times leading up to the event, or at least once or twice a month. The did you know fun fact, 1 to 2 times per week, perfect for Wednesdays. And then quote pages 1 to 2 times per week. Okay, 1 to 2 times. These are minimal suggestions. All right. Okay, my friends, questions. Any additional questions that you have before we get out of here tonight? Yes, Amy, you can steal it. Better yet, you can go purchase the shirt from the website. Anything else? Y'all want me to do another Canva? I can do another Canva. We can focus on Reels next time. Would this be the same for Facebook? Yes, you can cross-post anything from Instagram to Facebook or Facebook to Instagram. I recommend you really look into your Meta business account. If you have a Facebook page for your business, you already have a Meta business account. You just might not have looked into it. I promise you're going to love it. When you go look in there, it has all your analytics. You can answer all your replies and your messages all at one time from Instagram and Facebook all at the same time. You can schedule out your posts up for 2-3 months if you want to. You can do all of that right in there, and it cross posts because you guys know Facebook owns, or Meta owns, Instagram. So interchangeable. If you use an app like I use Social Pilot, but if you use an app, I have the apps written down here. If you use an app, like what's the other apps that you guys are using? Metrocall. I use Social Pilot, but Metrocall is one. Honeybook, I think, is one. You can post these things across multiple. So if you follow me on just Facebook, you don't know, but you're seeing me on Facebook, but Instagram is seeing the same thing. TikTok is seeing the same thing. LinkedIn is seeing the exact same thing. My YouTube channel is seeing the exact same thing because I post it all at the same time to all the channels. Yes, you can use that format for LinkedIn, Raquel. So it would run all at the same time. Yes, whatever time you schedule it. So if you schedule a certain post to go out on Wednesday at 3, it will post to all accounts on Wednesday at 3. Hootsuite is something like that. Yes, Amy, that's what I was thinking about. All right. Yeah, Reels. You want me to get into more of Reels? Okay. All right, other questions you guys have before we get out of here? Editing. Amy, you want me to touch more on editing next time? When you're making your content, I just want to remind you, don't forget to save it. Save it to a folder so you can always have easy access to it. Yeah, we can do another one on Reels. We do have, this is the month of me doing a lot on Canva. There's another session coming up this month. Let me see what it's called. I called this month our Create Month. I'm doing 2 Create sessions where I'm doing it like this. Let's see, it is called Build a Digital Welcome Packet for New Clients in Canva, for new client partners in Canva. We're doing that one on next week, or yeah, on the 15th. Okay. So it's best to get a pro membership. Yes, it is best, but you can do many functions without pro, but you definitely can't schedule posts without pro. You can save it on Canva and your computer. You can click download. Okay, let me do that one little tutorial before I get out of here, because that's very important. So let me go back to our design. And let me show you how to save correctly in the right kind of file. I've seen some people, they did the wrong file. And when I do their audits, you can see like it's not transparent and all of that kind of stuff. Okay. So for example, let's say this is the file. You're going to click the word share. You're going to click download. And what you want to do, if you want it to be a high quality image, you're going to save it as a PNG. Sometimes with some places it's too high quality, I guess is the word. You can move it to a JPG, which is still image file, just not as high quality. Okay. Then if you were to do like a logo, you save it as a PNG, you guys know for logos, you want to remove the background so that if you put it on a page, the box isn't showing up, just the logo is showing up. And if you want to download any particular page, right now, all 3 are selected. And if you click all 3, it will download as a zip drive. But if you just want to download one, you just click that whatever page you want. And then you download it and it will download to your local drive on your computer. All right, I think that covers that. All right. I don't know if Meta does YouTube. Probably not, because they don't like each other. YouTube takes their business. Meta tries to copy off of everybody. I don't think if you post to Meta, it automatically goes to YouTube. But if you do something like Social Pilot, Hootsuite, Metricall, they do. You just connect your accounts and it posts to everything. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go ahead and get out of here. Thank you for coming tonight. Hopefully you learned something. I know we got some Canva pros in here. I see you guys posted on social, so I know some of you already know some of this. So hopefully you at least got one thing out of here you can take with you to use or search or try. You're welcome, guys. You're welcome. I will see you, I think, on next Monday or Tuesday, whenever our next class is. All right. Have a good night, guys. All right. Bye, guys.